minutes to this one.
But that firepower favoring
What it all comes down to. And we have KRU on defense, FURIA on attack, and dude, I see a triple sheriff.
As the wall goes towards A, a little focus towards elbow, and yeah, the push.
Flash goes in. Havoc doesn't eat the flash, gets an important kill. You gotta get out of that drone, my friends. Oh god. Yeah, they had no idea there was someone else close.
Okay, well, we talked about shenanigans on Ice Bars. We're gonna right away here pistol round on Breeze. All the 3 remaining players of FURIA at least make it inside an open B site for a plant.
Retake, the push, really the push up? MW Zera, so risky.
He needed to make plays. Now long range, it's still won by Conan as he has a sheriff in his own hands.
Against Ghost.
Landing little shots onto Heat as well, leaving Kesnet alone. Ghost on a 1 versus 2. Both players with sheriffs.
Double swing backside. Oh man. Yeah, too strong on this one. Sheriff's come out on top. Nicely done. Conan hit a really good shot. The one over towards Spawn really made it doable.
Yeah, I mean, they were trying to sell the fake altogether. Sold, purchased, bought. I don't know, FURIA. Still able to make the B site work, though, because of that distraction, the little room that they gained. You got to work with what you got, and that timing MW Zero was able to create on the 1 push did dwindle the numbers.
Yo, you got him with them. Pick out the backhanded compliment.
Turn that round around.
Yo's not a fan of backhanded compliments.
Right in the eye.
Swept off the feet. All right. Into second, Outlaws, Guardians, everything that would keep KRU at a long distance here getting purchased up.
Okay. Okay.
It's not one tap, it's the other.
Yep.
Yeah.
Havoc picks
Double
that
hold
up,
on this one.
getting
All pass and stack over towards B, so it's not
already.
the best move over towards A.
MW
But it is
gonna be
Kesnet,
up
so.
in halls, just looking to get a quick lurk on and see what he can do from the back of enemy lines if he follows all the way through, and this isn't just an open door play. Really calm by FURIA. Giving a good amount of respect here to KRU because always could pull something funky, but it's not going to be the case. Should be an easy plant towards A. And KRU, they have a really
yeah, we
good
could farm the
opportunity
rotates
with
on
this
this one.
comp. I mean, both comps are the same, but to
One.
play those retakes, if they're using Klaus's util right? They know they're going to have to watch halls after this round. The defense is a little separated because of the low buy, but they could really start to set this up where they're getting those retakes like they were trying to do on FURIA towards Ice Box.
Yeah. At least you have that min-maxing, right? You look at those players remaining from KRU. They don't have
Is there a
any
game
armor.
after this? No,
Probably
last game.
anticipated an outlaw coming out from NW0 in the 2nd round. NW0 are continuing to try to farm more kills. Klaus getting a right click. Dink. But it's, once again, NW0 just holding W, trying to use this as cannon fodder and just trying to build up the Bladestorm ASCP.
Oh, he's going door.
Last 2 just holding outside of the doors. Now spotted, double swing. Shy gets the pick and will dot his spike.
They are not going to be making that gun, so they lose a gun on this.
4 stay alive. Khalil really wasn't in a position to get a weapon there. No, just buys Vandal coming into bonus here. All right. See how KRU sets up. My eyes are
Map
on
1 or 2 worth watching. Honestly, the Icebox is pretty fun, man. Definitely, if you're going to watch one, definitely watch Map 2.
And then my next focus is MW Zera. What are they giving him? How are they facilitating this push into sight? Might be towards halls again. So a bit of a split with another
Map 1 was a
lurk.
bit of a fumble from FURIA, honestly.
FURIA, almost a double lurk, since halls will be played, and you have Khalil over on the left side.
With that Guardian, though the knife thrown early did get a bit of info, or picked up by Noswer. Early Owl Drone 2 spotting MW0, and you see instantly they fall back a little bit from the tunnels as well from Kesnet. Since they've lost that drone in the early rounds, they just have to play the mid potentially a little bit more passively, especially with that camera pushed forward up towards B main for KRU. FURIA though just waiting.
Yeah, just not giving him anything. I mean, that's a body shot.
Still up for Conan, so he's gonna be meeting up with his teammates.
Knife goes in, hits one. They saw one as well. Drone goes in, Recon's here. Cypher over towards B, still not made a step. And oh, the double, and someone else is on 10 HP as well. Yeah, now what do they do? Keep an eye on Cypher. He's going to break. Jesus. He's going to break this trip over towards B, but honestly, Melza getting that information early is everything.
1 HP.
Still gets one. Decayed a bit from that wall.
No way.
Also staying away from the radius thrown by Havoc. And still
Oh my
coming away
god.
from Bricks.
He's invincible.
Meanwhile, it gets rid of the lurker. Khalil falls, and really nothing working in favor of FURIA until the
Okay,
shot
nicely
comes in
done
to
from
happen.
Heat. How's he got away with so much here? He did great. 2 kills on 10 HP. Really, really nice. Melzer deserves a huge shout out though. The idea was fake pressure over towards B by breaking the trip. Cypher kind of descends it into sight. But the fact that he went aggro and saw one just so obvious. This one here. So obviously it was all a fake. And he even sees the spike drop there as well. It was actually the rounds with that push.
It definitely looked like a little bit of a beginning of Icebox, beginning of Lotus, where they're really over-rotating here for FURIA, thinking that they could catch some players, run fakes, and just capitalize on rotates. And it almost did until that first shot came out on defense, though, from Melzer. A beautiful one that really stopped that train.
Okay, early bit of
from
U-tilt
FURIA
to create
on
pressure
its
like
tracks
they're going to
where they
be
could
towards
get
A, keep 3 people here, and head over towards the B site.
round for
And
FURIA now,
what do we
still
got?
with
Drone. No ults on this
KRU
one.
could still have a pretty decent buy. Melzer with the Guardian instead.
Yeah, it's a big buy
Evano
rounds,
in the
right?
Previous round. Dash is already activated. We're trying to hit this
Big,
quick.
big swing rounds.
W0 though,
Massive
being
duel.
melting down, being corroded by
Oh
the snake
man,
bite.
tagged
Now
and
he's at 44 and still gets the pick onto Melzer.
tagged and in a
Meanwhile,
Viper
Shy's
molly,
trying to
and he
hold the
still
back of the
wins.
site, half wall, 1-for-1. Plat now engaged and placed. It's in the favor of FURIA right now on his player advantage. Aljong trying to clear out the front of Berlin, back in the front of the site. It does get the ping onto one player, and that's NW0 trying to rotate back. But a wall comes up to survive and to save.
Might all come down to Conan.
And hides in the corner, still gets a pick before he finally falls. A 2 versus 2
Oh,
make that
okay,
now Heat
man, they-
alone.
FURIA
Goes
winning a
at Conan's
lot of
towards main, but
duels.
has no information on
But
Havoc.
maybe they shouldn't be
Flashbang being
winning
thrown
in
towards the front. Now
terms of
finally sees him.
position-wise.
Look at them playing the protocols, playing the time in their favor. As I say that, Havoc jumps up and gets picked. Tap on that spike. Conan now could play the time. Gonna be difficult for Heat. Gets that pick,
Just
but the
a little
time
too
will
late.
close. No, he
Unlucky,
won it all.
man.
Don't cut the wrong wire! Done. He knew it.
He did.
He knew it. He said, I just don't want to feel, I don't know, don't let it hit me. He's still backing up, going out, KRU. That was just a round where they get stuck in sight. FURIA made that awkward with the speed that they hit it, and then MW0 cooking on the molly of Melzer. Melzer's like, oh, maybe I should push up and push the ladder area. No, still there, still there.
That's the crazy part too, because yeah, he went down to 44 HP, yet still gets an entry frag, still gets a second kill towards the back of the site.
It's all about making your enemy think differently, think of different scenarios happening than what they were ready for, and yeah, playing the mind games was MW0. They're back in, Outlaw for him, but Blade Storm is up, as this is a very fast rotation towards mid doors for KRU.
Big duel middle from the Cyphers.
For the retake, so they could
Oh boy.
actually flood back here from mid double doors. Yet the wall will still stay up if needed, because Melzer
Even
just
check
won
close
that
right,
fight
especially not after
against
that kill.
Havoc. Khalil, though, with the lurk,
He goes the
dropping
other way
Klaus,
round, say
no
that's
opportunities
huge.
for a trade. NW0 continuing with his Outlaw, looking down towards the A.
Shy is literally just like, man, I had a kill here. How do you not push? Damage is still getting done. It's a little bit scary at the moment for
I
FURIA.
like that Khalil came back here. I thought we were going to get the caboose problem where the last person coming through is going to get hit by somebody watching mid, but everybody's very careful here.
Caboose, that's a name I haven't learned in a long time. Heard, rather. As I say that, finding my words, there's a contact play towards mid. And finally, KRU falling back. And it's really Keza just waiting for his teammates to rotate back towards the A site as FURIA with the stronger buy.
Pretty hard
will
now
get a
in
plant.
terms of KRU to win this. Oh,
Yeah.
hey, that was a
nicely
nice
taking
call though.
control
They
of
don't
that
have too
site
much
here.
map control, so they want to
Repositioning
take
the
over
plant
towards
for
spawn.
safety.
Only one person here. Yeah, they
Good
did
amount of
great on
ultimates
this.
here for FURIA to use in the rounds to come. A null command is there. You're not going to reach Naswer with that if it comes time in the site. And FURIA seem to have a really good idea of where they want to go, how they want to read it. The two flanks they've been having, which was MW0 in Halls and Khalil working around the map, haven't really been totally figured out by KRU. So FURIA can keep doing that. No elbow plays yet from FURIA. Still can flex into that. Really just working fundamentals on this. Oh. That's a beautiful picture of Shy that MW0 just drew. I gotta say. All right, we'll finish this one out. There's a shot from Kesnet. And they will go down. Crew falls. FURIA
Still feels
pick
like
up
alright
another
damage
one.
considering
Viper's
it's an eco.
Sova alt ready. Two
This is
more
the issue.
put on the board
Like
there,
4
3 for
ults.
Crew. So this could be a spicy round as we get the operator online.
4 ults you gotta win. I mean, yeah, it's a good timeout. They're probably just gonna go aggro. It's the most obvious thing. Gonna try and get a kill so you don't get XX on with all these ults.
A nice little flex on this round for them to push forward, trying to get under the skin instantly of FURIA on the attack side. Khalil's lurk has been very aware of trying to find those secrets that Crew is lurking into, though.
But you do bring up a great point where they haven't really added some early pressure on middle yet.
No.
For Crew Visa.
Chris? Nah, second half, he said.
That lurk, a late lurk from Khalil out towards middle. But although if they're trying to push down towards that elbow, you still have Khalil setting up that camera in that spot. So his responsibility right now is not really to try to get forward position and trying to create any type of diversion or ruckus here towards top middle. He's just trying to gain that information for the team. If anybody's going to be pushing out, how do they react to that? And finding a main could be one of those possibilities for Crew once again. I mean, they've done a pretty good job on that pistol round, and especially now that they have the op in hands of Kesnet. And we all know this KO and Jet on the A side. You could do these pop flashes for peek towards A main. Yeah, he's going to hold a tighter angle here from Palm Tree.
I think one of the things we look at, the mid's not being covered so much, if you look at the mini-map, is because this wall covers towards A. So if mid's open, they're trying to fight what's coming from tunnels or what's through the wall. But sometimes you get this mid wall that goes across.
Yeah, it looks like they're expecting a split.
And that allows you to play a little bit towards mid, which Crew is not doing.
Yeah.
So this switch up kind of lets FURIA take
Give
mid.
me a tier 2. I want to try and catch some of like the playoff games for tier 2 stuff. Might be able to catch a few games.
That pressure, it's FURIA instead.
So hard when the schedule's so packed like
in
this.
front of the main here just to block that line. So it gives a chance for Crew Visa to have a better read for that mid control or
I don't want to be like tired for bigger games and just miss stuff and just be a zombie. Oh my. I like the idea of popping over there though.
They're able to do that until Melzer gets dropped by Nosworth's Hunter's Fury. Klaus now slightly flash, big camera up, couldn't contact that kill. Now Shy's gonna try to
Shy's got a kill too.
He's atop of the helm of Havoc, drops the spike.
Okay.
Nice second headshot there onto Conan. Spike now being dropped. He runs that clock down, giving a chance for the rotate of heat. Kesnet still moving up with that operator outside the nest of that camera. Both of them looked up and smiled here for FURIA. Walking together towards the back of the site.
30
Shy's waiting.
The step.
Wide swing, shock dart, 4 HP remaining, but he has support there from Heat in the back of the arches. Nosworth decides otherwise.
Yeah, and the wide swing was with the spike.
Shy's keeping himself safe. Oh, audio cue. Kesnet peering down the sights.
This guy just has no time now.
They're okay here for Crew. Visa, just hold it back. There's no way that Nosworth could win this.
Nicely done. I mean, Shy deserves an absolute shout out for that. That was ridiculous. Looked like it was done. Like the round was pretty much done.
A little bit more towards the back of the site. Previously, we saw Crew falling in sight in those positions, right? They hold a lot stronger here. This time, making FURIA come in before they can get any of those fights. And that's when you're really looking at multiple angles when FURIA has to second guess and swing the mouse, catching them off guard. 4 ults still here for Crew. They can easily punch back on this. They're going to be fighting against the Viper's Pit if the plant can come down from FURIA. But it might be tough to get in a sight with this
A low buy goes in as well. I didn't realize they were so wrecked in terms of money. What happened in that timeout?
Good start, you're saying, for Crew.
Yeah, they're hitting some shots now.
Nice little shot there by Klaus just to make sure that he protects Kesnet as he's trying to walk back. And every type of angles that you're trying to push solo here for FURIA to try to create some space with the lower buy that you have has been denied by Crew so far. Shy might get caught, leans out,
yeah, I was
going to
say, so I was ready to swing from that.
So far, Klaus has saved 2 of his players when they're being pressured at this point. So at least the fundamentals of being closer to trade is actually quite nice for Crew Visa so far.
Standing ahead.
Slow play. They're going to leave Kesnet by himself for now. Easy escape there. Op shot towards mid with protection on B main. So this is a
30
good
seconds
lean
left.
focus here from KRU with the knowledge they have, able to quickly snap down onto A site. If the Heat can stay alive in this one, they have a good chance of just stalling out double door.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
At least one.
Yeah,
And
that's the
clean
trade they
shot.
needed.
Good round though.
Very nice one for KRU Visa
One
so
armor
far.
rebuy,
Yeah, I
one
mean,
gun
we're going
rebuy.
back into the gun round for FURIA right
One is good
after.
now.
But the question is now is the late Halls lurk or the outlaw plays going to be non-existent, as you just see here, or just saw, sorry, a Vandal buy coming out from NW0. But that said, the main point is that maybe the lurk towards Hall is not going to be as fruitful anymore,
Yeah.
because now that they have money to work with for KRU, you could put that trip, you could get that support on middle. That's what we wanted to see at the beginning as well. So all they needed was to get that economy rolling. Some hard anchors that are actually working towards this B site. They've been challenging weakened
5
towards A,
ults
though,
now.
for a couple of these rounds.
Nice
Now you're
shot.
starting to see that it's
Yeah,
gonna
they
be
are massively back.
difficult as players to actually start taking control of those halls and A site.
Yeah, that's got to feel good.
I have
5
retrieved the
ults
spike.
already, and you start off the round with an op kill. So you're
It was an
thinking to
op kill
yourself,
on
"I'm
Havoc
probably
who
not gonna
had
have to
KO as
rebuttal
well,
any of
right?
The ults from FURIA, they won't feel comfortable getting into sight and using them unless they can do it with this amount alive.
Yeah, Shanola even above the trip, but not needed. He gets the easy
Yeah,
kill as
recon
NW0
goes in and they
lands.
know that no one else is
That
being it
slows
past
down
here.
the rest of FURIA trying to move inside.
They might not
B
even
side,
have
and
to use
already
any
they were
ults in
kinda
this.
set up to play.
They're just gonna
I think
save.
An anti-KO.
Oh my god, we got 50 seconds. 50 seconds of the save.
Actually, we got opt at the beginning, right? So
And they're going to run right back into that uh-oh, too, if they go back to A. Kesnet's already pushed up in A main,
yeah.
looking way down into their spawn. Yeah, almost an angle that Khalil's on right now, but he's got to swing a little bit forward for the archway.
At least for now, FURIA, they get to enjoy the beautiful landscape of breezes for the next
Absolutely.
30
30
seconds.
seconds
They'll
left.
try to save their weapons. I mean, these are very important to try to carry over to the next round. The economy's down to almost nothing. And if they were playing this anti-KO setup here, because you have Shy playing with the trips more towards the A side, Cameron to look towards Halls.
Breeze
They know
attack
that they can play
sided.
against a lot of ults in the next round.
10 seconds left.
He 4K credits, goes hunting, just seeing where they might be,
The orb emitting.
throwing up the cam.
Toxin
All right,
screen
a good
down.
round for FURIA to save as well. Getting into the site, low armor on this one, especially if they went B. Klaus could have just started dropping util back there with Melzer. Low armor chipped off right away, and then they
Timeout
just beat
after
the full
3 in a
FURIA
row.
crew as they all come into sight. So
Yeah.
a little bit
They
more
gotta-
recouped. Some heavy
Probably, I mean,
armor.
they might just straight
Full
up
armor, I
fast
should
hit, to be honest.
Shot by
They might just keep this real simple. Just very scared of the op. Obviously, op's not good for retake. We can overwhelm.
Right at the pinky finger.
Watching this spot.
You know what it's like to jam your finger, yeah.
It hurts.
Felt that. That's an op to the finger.
It's like stubbing your toe, stepping on a Lego.
All right. It's just been alt hold for the past few rounds. FURIA's not in a position to use theirs, but they're mounting. KRU has not had to use theirs, so they have an answer to basically everything, and we get the timeout.
Yeah.
The FURIA timeout. How do you solve this puzzle? How do you?
Yeah, I think they
how do
just
you
go
break a few
fast. It's
ultimates
the
just
easiest-
to get through?
The easiest play
and
here.
then make sure your hit counts, because the money again is not going to be good. They lose this round. FURIA does. They're still on 2,900 credits. You do the math. They have 3,600, 35 or 35, 31. It's a low buy again if they want to and keep pushing their money thin. All right, we're into this one.
See?
Oh,
Wait, what?
See, that pinky hurts.
shot with him. Oh my god.
Hey,
that's
what
crazy.
the?
It was like felt through his teammate. Gotta watch out. Pings all to the right side. Oh my gosh, that minimap just got lit up like a light bright towards the right side of that pillar. Exactly where Melzer is standing. Let's see how they actually...
They're trying to do this quick
Yeah,
off the
they
knock
go
command.
fast on this one. Definitely the easiest
So at
call.
least
Makes
now
the
you
most
mentioned it,
sense.
this first knock command
Up
gives
on
a
the
chance for
retake's
FURIA
going to be a
get
bit of a
flat.
nightmare, but
And
they
then you can
have
be
a
very
lot
aggressive
for
for
it. They
KRU
got
on
their
the
own
retake,
KO ult, and they have a Sova ult. Viper ult goes in, lovely reaction. This ult in terms of the... Oh man, it's really nice knowing that they're all spawned.
It's coming all the way from spawn from KRU Visa, which means they
Do they
don't
even
have to worry
pop the
about
ults
any
for
type of
KRU?
flank at all. All of the focus could be
Could
towards
just
the
be
halls
could
with
just
the
be
late
worth
lurk
just saving it for the
potentially
next
coming out
round.
from Khalil. Here comes the attempt, the KRU. trying to fight back towards the back of this Viper
Oh,
wall. Nice
Khalil had a
shot by
chance here.
Kesnet to drop Khalil.
Oh, gun
Melzer
shows.
gets that pick. Now maybe the ults might be coming forward. There's that null command out on the defense. Aldro to look inside that pit. That clock is ticking. They have to act quick. Beautiful underhand flash. Now you're sticking on that spike. There's only one left to go. It's not.
Holy. Oh my god. I think it might have been done time-wise anyway, but nicely. Nice little spray transfer on this.
Today, clutching for the squad. Noswer back in, calling the shots and hitting the shots when FURIA needs it. One off the ult. Let's watch it again.
Oh my god.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And the fourth goes really
He
nice.
shuts the door on the attempt of the retake there from KRU.
Incredible. Incredible stuff from the IGL.
You mentioned the amount of ults that they had to counter what FURIA had on their end, yet only
Okay,
using
then-
an ult command.
Yeah.
Back to going slow. They got, I
So
mean,
confident.
there was a lot of ults invested, right? 3 ults. You also got to remember they got the K ult out of them, so small extra win on this. Viper ult goes in over towards A, and KRU really want to win this one. Only one person surviving, and reset again. It is the big swing rounds.
Easy play towards A. They just have to watch mid with this pit up for now, so they have lessened the
At least it could be if
FURIA
KRU win.
put on the map for now. But this mid control again always becomes a question, and I think FURIA know they can work it. Say, okay, we don't have any extremities. Mid's open. Let's see if we can find our fight there, and they are ready to pick off or trade off each other.
And it looks like the classic
Just
drone
behind the pit.
and a 4-person
Smart way
push.
to
I
play
say
it now for
4-person. 3-1 because one up
Oh.
tube.
They'll open the door.
Actually
That
looking
command,
good.
a lot of
Sova
pressure
is
for
never
Heat.
going to feel
Thankfully,
comfy to
there's
use
a
the
one
drone
way
here
to
though,
help
right?
him
Because
out.
the Viper ult just
There's that
leaks
first
in so
contact.
much.
Nobody to trade off, so
Nice
this
flash.
gives a chance here for Heat to run that clock down. Slow players down. Updraft. Second kill coming through.
Honestly,
Upshot from
MW0
Kesnet to
did
get
really
that
good,
pick.
making sure this could be a trade.
Who's trying to watch it from the spawn. Melzer staying inside the pit, but the spike is down. With
Oh, it's
17
nicely
seconds
handled as
left.
well. Passing
There's a
A main
guardian
makes
kill,
footsteps, and
allowing a
then
chance for
passing
him to
over
pick up
towards
speed.
site hits.
Spike if we can.
Big kill, pick up
As the
spike over
comes
towards
in,
door,
and
has to
the last
cross.
players. Upshot missed, trying to
Does
get it.
cross.
When the tap comes
One
in,
enemy
5
remaining.
seconds left. A
Yeah,
shot
nicely
gets the
done.
pick on the Noswer and Kesnet.
Big
Keeps
round
it
from
down.
KRU. Yeah, Kesnet did great. Big round for KRU, and it's the worst outcome for FURIA. Just got to accept this one.
Conan expected the
And pretty much
peek
play
from
for the last.
Halls to be happening. Didn't know that the smoke was blocking that, and it just catching the side of his head there,
left.
thinking his teammate had back sight. It's the split second plays where the comms can't even come through yet.
Enemy
That they're
remaining.
taking a hold of these rounds. Very nicely taken. Kesnet forward to push. Still gets the operator as he backtracks to get it after the round ends. All right, a lot of the ults have been expended. Dueling Hunter's Fury is a possibility on this round. But again, it's a low buy for FURIA. I feel like they've been living in the low buy land the second part of this first half.
Yeah. The economy will
Spike
stay low
down, B.
as they lose one player. Saw that trip pulling him back.
And not destroyed yet either, just tagged in that trip.
Yeah, it was a nice
They
dash
still
away.
have to worry.
And that's
Toxin
dash
screen
gone.
down.
So it's going to be much more difficult to try to re-enter the B site.
AO
So FURIA trying
committed
to move
towards
back
middle,
on
but
A.
the info is so
Later
good.
from Conan, here's the rotate.
I mean,
is
they have
this
so much info here. Just
KO.
early
He
A
pulling it down
info,
towards
early
Castle.
middle info.
Melzer playing it aggressively. Shy getting the pick onto Conan. Melzer able to fall back as he was trying to use his own orb as a extra obstacle to try to get one pick before he falls back, but he'll play the numbers.
Bounding around, getting back into position. MW0 playing some mind games, getting
I'll put
people
you
to
middle.
look his direction. Kesnet's ready.
Very ready.
30 seconds left.
Up dropping, dashing away, baiting it out for a shot to get the pick. And MW0 was trying to create a
Very nice round. Just didn't have the money for it, FURIA. They do for this one though, and they're up against a Sova or, I mean, double Sova.
Those Hunter's
That's
Fury
it.
still available.
Maybe this happens, but
And Havoc maybe will have a null command if they could focus on orbs and plants.
the op, yeah, the op is annihilating them a little bit.
Jeez, when Kesnet and Heat get
I just see him go
going,
fast
how do
A
you
with the
stop
Sova ult
these
again.
two? 12 and 5, 11 and 5. Shy's there still fragging.
Ooh, KO
Everybody
flash to
getting
set
their
up the
hands
op over
high
towards
on
A
this
main.
one. And Kesnet's information cannot be understated here. Or I should say overstated. Ooh.
Okay, that's nice, yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
the
sees two.
KO got hit by the flash, so he couldn't shoot the recon.
Thrown back on the other end too, and trying to get the wall bang shot. You saw as soon as they fell back now towards the site, Kezet dropped his op to pick up a Phantom. They feel some sort of maybe re-hit coming out from FURIA towards the A side, and he'll be ready with the rifles to help out instead of going buckshots.
A lot of the rounds FURIA were able to take a hold
Knife
of.
goes on.
Very
Knife goes into
fast.
sight, so they know the
Tough to
whole
be
of sight
very
is
fast for the
clear.
operator when they're
We
moving
just
that
ult
quick.
stairs and
Goes through. Heat starts us off.
man.
First blood.
Counter Hunter's Fury, nice flick coming through from Kezet for that kill. Klaus meanwhile gets a Hunter's Fury kill onto Havoc. Two players at a disadvantage for FURIA, but it's Nosware. He's been and come up clutch before, instantly gets denied. Dashboard,
Okay, saw him.
going for it. He does not want to give a chance here for FURIA to really set up, but MW0 is the one alive. Dash away, snake butt on the ground, one hit on the spike, up drop on the top.
I mean, nice attempt from him. Dude, what a timeout, by the way. They're at 4-1 and he calls a timeout and they win 7-5.
7-5.
What a start from FURIA here. Seems like they just had the read
Everything
on where
changed
they
since
needed to
then.
be, how they needed to stop, what was happening, and it was alert through Halls. It was alert from Khalil. Then all that started to get shut down as Kesnet got the operator in hand, and the team was able to use their utility across the map where Kesnet wasn't looking to gain more info. Info game was that, and then KRU again just popping off with the shots. Kesnet and Heat, 13 frags apiece.
Yeah, definitely a good game, and it's tight going back and forth now between these two teams.
Yeah, they might have to
Let's
win
hear from
double
Nosware
pistol here.
and get his take on making a return to FURIA.
Ah, sim, se sente como estar em casa, né? Eu já estava antes na FURIA, conheço o Jaime, conheço todo o staff, né, que representa a FURIA. E também, tipo, se sente bem. Eu acho que vai ser bem para mim também, tipo, essa nova etapa para como jogador, voltar a ser capitão. E também para ensinar e conseguir aprender mais no rolê novo.
Yeah, teach more, learn more, getting back to that leadership role now for FURIA and trying to, once again, I mean, he's leading by example pretty much at this point too with that clutch that we saw a couple of rounds ago.
I think the teach more part is where he's getting in right now. He's like, remember how to do this, guys? Like, I'll re-show you, don't worry. But no, it's so true, right? You get into a team, it still has to be the synergy, and you're always learning. You're always in that mentality where you can grow and hone your skills. And Nosware, especially in the IGL position right now with that pressure on, you're looking at the mini-map more. You're trying to formulate plans while you're hitting your chat button, or not even having to hit a chat button rather, but just talking to your team, and then you might get peaked at the same time. It's not a perfect world. It's not like every time you call a strat, the other team waits for you. So yeah, so they talk a lot about having the IGL be able to get the frags in too. Their focus isn't always on that crosshair. All right, we're in 7-5, second half. FURIA now to be on defense. 20 seconds left on this one. It looks like it's just going to be a soft B site for FURIA. They're ready to play the back of that. KRU may be able to punish it. Ghost across the board for them. Kesnet's actually going to get Ghost armor. That feels good. We
Great
put
boss.
that much responsibility on him. But trust in Kesnet. Let's go.
A little bit of raid boss on the attack, leaning heavily towards the B side to start.
Yep.
Klaus drops him
Camera
at
watching the elbow to try to catch
double
a
sheriff again.
Walk down push on the defensive side, and does he see nothing?
Well, that molly is very well timed and dodges the knife.
Being thrown first just to flush out the
And the
initial
push
cycle, rather,
over
of the
toward.
Viper
Damn, this is
util.
very nice. Got camera giving
After
early
that, they
info.
don't really try to pivot
have this
themselves
as
in the
well.
front of the site to really
This
try to
free
dash
pass and
back
stack
in.
over towards B.
They're
Is this going
going
to
through
stay
the
here for a
elbow side.
while? Main thing is that the wall is
Whoa,
committed.
First look here with some shy, so they have that coverage on back and still towards the door. Oh, wow. They're so close. They're knocking on the front door, and they're going to be right in FURIA's face. What?
How? Doesn't matter yet. Heat answering back with two of his own. As Shy is trying to move forward, catches to rotate. MW0, that's falls. Now you hear the footsteps of Khalil running around this B site, and they definitely know with the rotate coming back from spawn that the A site is now open.
What did I miss
Eyes
it?
in the sky, they'll be able to see exactly where Crew's
30
going when they get
seconds
back into sight. It may count for one if they can get this cam to count. Good lurk here from Klaus, could just throw this all up in the air, but the lurk is through halls.
Yeah, camera just spotted there, Shy. And they haven't broken it down, but there's that lurk from behind.
Do they get
Havoc pushing all
scans?
the way down.
I mean, the recon was thrown
12
here
HD is gonna fight
ages
against the
ago,
other
right?
KO. Heat at 26.
I saw that the Sova got
Important fight is
assists.
inside the
I
site.
felt like
Khalil
it.
wins it. Turns around.
Wow.
And Havoc finds the timing to allow
Dude, I
FURIA
need to see
get
that
the
replay.
pistol.
Did they
For the
get
life
scanned
of
late? That
me,
is-
I was
'cause the
thinking
server got
two
double
halls. This
assist.
is going to be tough. You put so much direction on the opening of the door.
But I really don't
There's
think they
two in A
did.
main, so of course one peeks around, but no, everything falls into place. 2 halls for the retake to go
Okay, it
for the
was the
long
recon.
flank.
That's how
Dude,
that
when we were in
happened.
the POV, I just didn't even see
To
it.
think of in the moment, and yeah, that start off, which must have been like, shoot with me now.
Yeah, and I
They
think
had the
they thought they
timing
were
down.
covered by it because they saw the
It was also
first
pretty
initial
wild 'cause from
scan.
the POV of
The
Crew, you saw
recon
that
was so
recon come
high
through towards the top
that it
of
went
the
over
heading towards
the
wall,
wall
so
that was like this.
Quite surprised that
Hit him
two
here
of
and
them
here.
still got pinged trying to engage an entry inside B, and that's an error here that's going to be costly at least to start. That
Top of the
forces
ball
Crew
thing?
to
Yeah,
use
it
a
actually
B on
is.
an eco. And MW0 once again with an outlaw. to look
Okay, so
towards main.
double pistol on this one. That's huge.
Pressure across the map for Crew. Just little bits of everything. Do they hear anything in mid? Do they hear anything from elbow? But they're faced with an outlaw right now.
A knife.
That's the back
Knife
of
hits a
Klaus
lot
to
of them.
start.
Enemy kill.
Easy shots.
Very calm on it.
Beautiful assists coming out from Havoc. That knife just scattered Crew, trying to just anchor up towards the A side shot.
Slow reload, knows they have to back up. Little window taken there by Melzer, but not much space to be gained.
Yeah, and even Melzer's running up without really waiting for Kesney, who's moving up with him. He has a sheriff to work with.
Enemy remaining.
Damn, bro.
And now he has a sheriff to work with
Anyone
against a whole
want to
roster.
land a bullet? Okay, there we go.
Does that work? But
Well,
instantly gets
at least
stopped
they got
by
a gun.
MW0. We're tied up 7-7.
It was looking
in
like
this third
literally
match.
nothing to rebuy.
That should be the buy. What do they come out with? Obviously, no
Well, they know the
operator
Owl's in
money
place,
there
everyone
for
gets heavy
Kesney.
armor,
Don't know
they
if
will
would
save
go
eco
with the speed.
for
They're
this.
gonna have to play with how much space.
I mean, I
they're
guess
gonna
there was a
have to get
sheriff,
those
right?
operators space
So
themselves.
someone takes a hit somewhere in util.
But never counted out. Outlaw stands. MW Zera starts pocketing a lot of credits here for the following rounds.
Yeah.
And we switched over. A lot of this Cypher util is going to be all over A. Cam's been there normally. Just this drone push. Facilitating MW Zera for another outlaw hit. Not the same result from A main.
No, Kesney was waiting. Just the timing of the L drone to get towards elbow.
Yeah, it's
through
a
the
little bit
doors,
obvious,
run
right?
out,
Early,
get the tight angle hold.
early drone.
Or
You
the
know
tight
an
angle
outlaw's
peek
in
right
place.
to spot MW0 and take him
Relatively
down.
obvious what's going down.
But at the same time, the spike stays towards the spawn. Nobody
Yeah.
really reacting out of this because they're trying to see, since you do have FURIA on a disadvantage, on also a bonus, that they might try to engage more aggressively. But there's
F
nothing.
goes main,
The 1
hits
minute mark,
one,
Spike
3
gets
pass
picked
and
up.
stack. They look like
players
they're
going
going
down toward
into
mid.
3 pass and stack, kill trip, camera, and wall.
Just wore off. That was his, yeah, KO knife thrown over towards A. We just heard it wear off onto Heat, so they have a little bit of time here to get through.
Oh boy,
Lot
they're
of
going
noise
in.
Just being made on the rope.
Knife goes in, hits 2.
Trying
Do
to
they
play mind
cancel?
games as they go through mid, and it's not playing with Khalil at all.
And that dart actually just pinged both of them inside the site. Beautiful flash from Havoc. It's traded out.
Spike down A.
And Nas were pinging a few players in the front of the site. Doesn't put into account Melzer. That almost punished him. But there is that push forward.
Honestly,
from Heat on the other side by
considering the
Orange.
numbers and the crossfires, I thought that was going to
convert
go a lot worse.
Or at least you're able to win your gun round for a Crew.
FURIA should still be
against the
alright. In
bonus of
fact,
FURIA.
do they get 2 kills, which means that it's a
What
swing
an
round.
Interesting round there towards the end. Obviously just hitting the site, but Shy playing on the rope, bringing back the lurk from all across the map. And you kind of saw when Crew plays like that, when a team plays like that, you're expecting big pushes. You're expecting someone to push up on that bonus, get a frag. You don't want the spike to drop.
Cold
so it's
window
in
of a
spawn
fake
as you
drone.
just suss out the entirety of the map. Right up the gut through mid. Actually haven't seen it a lot in this map of the series. But KRU feels like it's one that they can employ. All right. All towards A. This lurch still from
It
Shy.
all goes in, and
Full
W0
retake.
gets hit with
MW0's
the ARP.
operator waiting, looming over the site from Bridge.
5 people in
No
this
command
square.
allows for them to get inside the site for KRU Visa. Kesden moving forward, trying to spray with the Phantom, connects onto Noswer. Meanwhile, Heat has fallen down, door gets open, flitting in, or the defenders outside from the bridge, and Kesden was alone, but at least got the info.
And
Shy
KRU need a
has to
hero,
cut the
and honestly,
crossfire,
this
off
might be the
rotate
pause.
rather. As Khalil jumps up, he denies access to FURIA to
Yeah, and
move
the
inside
HPs are
the
too
A
low.
site. There's only 2 players left. It's MW0, heavily wounded with this operator. Conan dropped by the hands of
And nicely
Klaus,
done.
and that will be
Klaus
all
and Shy
for
did
FURIA.
great on that one.
He had to try to keep the up alive for the next round.
Yeah.
KRU Visa now are able to score
And let's
another round on
think.
the attack.
This is getting a little chaotic. I mean, with how
2-4, right?
far they pushed up and died back here in sight, it did throw them off. But it made me think KRU's pushing too far. They're dying a little too early. And then for some reason, FURIA felt like they needed to do it more. Jumping out, trying to get control over it without utilling into the site. And I feel like KRU identifies out of this. So like, okay, if they're going to have MW0 on an op in the back of the site, we can dislodge him a little bit. We swarm the site, and they almost don't have a chance to get back at us because MW0's power has been coming a lot from the beginning of the round, stopping them from getting in the site. Once they closed that space, it was so hard for him to do his job.
Yeah. And that's the beauty that Kesden had, to be that disruptor, to push and just dance around this whole time, to really not allow for FURIA to set up to that type of play that they were trying to do there. So
Wait, whose timeout is this?
So it becomes identify the op game
yep.
before KRU moves. Going to be a timeout here from FURIA.
Okay.
As we see Adam chatting on the screen a little bit. But yeah. FURIA
Yeah, it's
timeouts
nice
have
early
brought on the
timeout though,
results.
just to make sure that it
You see the game
at
change
least
a
can
little
try and
bit,
have
the
some
style
impact.
that they're trying to bring to the table
Last
a little
one,
bit each
the-
time we get one of these with coach's input. But is it gonna be enough now? KRU on those low buys, getting help from each other. Heat'll be able to buy once we get back in, easy peasy. And the spikes down just for the start of this one as they chatted out. Ultimates, not too many, just Khalil at this point. And it looks like KRU has kind of figured out how to hit these sites to give FURIA the most trouble. That last
Hello,
one, the gun
Austin.
round here,
See,
and that loss is gonna force FURIA down.
Okay,
onto
saved
the low
up,
buy.
we'll see
How
where it
much do
goes.
They protect Kesnet. Looks like, or sorry, MW0, and they'll try to get a peek mid first, maybe. This is what they need, right? Every round, MW is able to do this. FURIA's info was so much better, and their control of the map is so much better. If MW0 gets pushed off, it becomes so tough. Here we go.
Yeah. Seems like a knife towards shop and a recon dart towards the sands, and yeah, that'll get a bit of information while you try to opt towards mid. And that knife is all to break that poison orb potential, so that Kesnet could get that line down. Sorry, NW0 could get that line down.
they wouldn't
towards
take
bottom
no
middle.
risks on this. Thrown really far
Plaguing
back,
you.
just trying to find out what the
All right,
op is.
Towards A.
And did
that
they
timing
just
is
see it?
wild.
Oh
Saw
man,
the
they
elbow.
saw each other.
Here.
Not shy about that shot.
At all.
Instantly taking him down, and again, they hit the
That's
crux.
next
FURIA
level
is in
confidence.
pain.
And again, that's the best weapon, the best chance that they had here for FURIA to try to get some sort of breathing room to rotate and retake the A site. That would have given an extra weapon in the hands of one of the defenders of FURIA. Now Shy watches the flank. Yeah, it's a long-range battle. Doesn't get damaged that much. While Noswer decides to fall back instead. And you see here, Kesnet walking
gonna
out
drop
towards
down,
mid,
try to save
trying
the op?
prevent here the defenders of saving the operator. And as the orb comes down, and there
Oh,
we go,
there
they
goes
pinch
the
him
op.
from the back. Now towards the top. Shy makes some noise. He gets dinged, falls back, and his teammates there.
And
now.
no one picks up the
That's
op
Heat
in
with
this
the
one.
last kill.
And even though there's some armory buys, it's pretty clean.
Wow. For
It's
it
got to be now. You're in.
These rounds, you think for KRU or for FURIA, you build it up, you got that operator, and it's the first thing to drop. Absolutely taking any win out of the sales FURIA had that round. They push around, get pulled around the map. MW0 is still going to be able to have the operator. Blade Storm, Hunter's Fury up for post plant. KRU hasn't even needed to really get to the post plant in these last few rounds. They're taking all the bodies with them to take the W on it. And just these peaks up towards the halls area. before they fake an A. Spike is at A, so mid to A looks like it will be what they want to hit. This is a little bit more forward of a position, though, for FURIA.
Oh, and that
Nice.
knife only spots one.
Nice knife from back here.
So you're finding a little bit more
What's the
confidence
Sova
out of
though?
FURIA.
And with
They'll
that,
try
they
to
take
walk out, but this is
position.
gonna be
Drone
dangerous
goes
for
out
Klaus. He's the
early,
one
but
with
they're
the
at least
spike.
going to find out where the op
Number
is.
0 is the one walking forward with the op.
Ooh, rifle
Aljon then comes back, but that's
breaks
a ruse.
the op. They still
Wall
don't
came
know.
up too, and it might get pulled back down as soon as they get the line. Meanwhile, though, you mentioned that push coming out
Good
from
round. They're
middle
going to hold
A
on
site.
to
But there
A
you go,
main
he's
heavy.
by himself
Massive
in the
duel.
back. That spike down.
Oh man, he
Although at least
turned
Mel's
it, I
able to
think,
get
as
that
well.
ping onto Havoc. Players are falling down, hats are being thrown, and now they'll
Such a
realize that
huge kill from
Spike is up to
Melza.
grabs quite easily. The backstab after onto MW0.
Yep.
Last player now spotted at mid double doors. Or the
Really
A-holes
big round
doors,
from
rather,
Melza.
and that becomes a
Money
clean round.
pretty much in the bin. I
Micro.
mean, they have a good loss bonus, but
Not at the beginning.
3 of them are
Yeah.
slightly wrecked. They've got
Towards the
knives.
end, definitely.
I think it was full blind. I think he turned it. I think it was like
Again
partially
and
blind.
again.
Ooh, honestly, it's like a midway point.
Watching the extremities.
He was blind for the kill, at
never-
least.
Just not allowing any
Impressive.
of these 1v1s to go to the side of FURIA. KRU's firepower is coming into play again, as we saw on map 1, where it's just outright fights that they're winning. To start off the round, you just tear apart the defense of FURIA. Losing the Viper in the beginning there, you have no wall to defend. It just becomes so much tougher. Hitting all the right pain points of FURIA right now.
Call that a full
is
blind? I mean, yeah, for the kill. I'll give you that.
either side of the wall here in mid. And they're just changing up how they do the lurks, right? This was actually Kesnet in mid last time. Now Kesnet's going to hit B, but they still hold that mid area, kind of transferring into each other's positions if they do decide to lean.
And he's trying to play behind the defensive Viper wall, too, to try to catch some players off guard.
Yeah, while this show's going down towards middle,
He does get
they
one,
take a
but
lot of space on
Gordon was
tube,
right there
and
for the
does, I was going to say,
With an
is the
advantage.
timing really
Still
bad
in
for the
favor of
Sova
Crew.
here, because Sova needs to help
Pushing
out
back
this
towards the A side as
Viper
we
over
have
towards
that
A
lead
site.
lurker, the forward position of Shy, all the way up towards A halls.
Drone goes in, wall goes in. When does the Cypher
Aljon clears out
activate?
At least up to bricks. Doesn't spot anything as they
Recon
see
clears all the
that
pressure.
recon dart being thrown by Nosler out towards the A site. They'll choose otherwise now for Crew. Pivoting back towards B.
Watching behind him already. Noswer has to be afraid of the back. They have to be afraid of door.
They expect
Out in the
this? They
middle of
should at
nowhere is
least.
Khalil hoping to find a shot with nobody looking at him.
Oh, they weren't looking, but at least
Honestly,
he gets a third one.
landing
Got
was
the
solid
goose.
on this. Gets the ult as well, so they work out of the
And then
Cyphers
D
here.
they
It's
go.
all gone
This
wrong.
lurk, this
So important,
Kingpin's
though.
going to be big from shot.
Yeah, it's
Not,
so
not
big.
anymore after that kill.
The 2-on-2 on site,
So the hat
1v1
was
here.
thrown out. Shy's positions actually in danger. Cage comes up. Conan falls. Meanwhile, just by the elbow.
Damn, the Cage is everything. He was so sure that he wasn't W
And
King
Nosler
forwards.
wasn't ready. Khalil now becomes the last player standing. And also
All right, Crew.
now falls
5
with the rest of
chances
his
to
teammates,
finish this
and
one.
Crew are now at map and series point.
And they had
Once
such a
again,
rough start into this,
the
but
little
now
things.
looking great.
That lurk was so perfect. The frag comes through. Cypher hat goes down. Like you said, jig is up. Can't do much about it.
Yet still wins. Yet still wins the fight against Noswer.
Yeah.
Right there.
Boom. They're almost getting the plays.
Crew somehow gonna end at 13-11? Nah. Yeah, damn, they're pumped. You gotta think about the buy rounds. Double ult. Double pistol, right?
Zera from spawn.
A nice start,
The
though.
first time he tries
Maybe.
to peek up over elbow in that area without just pushing down mid regular. And now A main control for FURIA. This might force the hand of Crew, but they have not been stopped by that before.
Not too sure what weapon MW0 had there before he got picked off, but when you're jumping up like that, maybe trying to find a timing with an op if you had that money. But nonetheless, it was read here by the attack side. Klaus is ready for it, calls it for the team, and they get the player advantage. Grouping up all together, needing Klaus
Taking
to
the
move
right
in with
side.
the recon dart. So they can execute as a full team inside B. Hunter's Fury out now on the attack.
Lovely
Meanwhile,
trade.
Kesset does get the pick. Klaus trying to find some information
Oh
with
my.
and cancels out the ult, thinking somebody's pushing out towards the elbow. Khalil gets the wall bang though onto Kesdit. Null command being pushed up by Havoc. They do have war weapons, only 2 Guardians and a Bulldog in their hands. Spike now
Bro, the
going
wall
down,
failed
3
so far.
versus
He was
3.
aiming
Crew
too low.
now forced to stay
Didn't
inside
see
the
it
site.
earlier.
Khalil gives some hope for FURIA as it's up to Klaus and Heat. Under attack, pushing through. Heat comes around the corner. Now at the corner.
Ah, man, Heat was really good, dude. He was fragging out. He got 2 heavy fraggers now. Scary.